What's up, BFM? This is Big Tone coming at you from Bigtoneproductions, Beats and Feasts. Hey guys, it's time for another cooking video. Today we're gonna do the ever so famous pepper steak. But like Frank Sinatra said, I'm gonna do it my way. All right guys, before I even get started, you know how I get down. Go ahead and like the video, smash the like button, comment on the video, and also subscribe to the channel, guys. That helps so much. I really appreciate all that have done that thus far. Well, let's get started on the video with pepper steak. We're gonna get started here, and I'm gonna show you my supporting cast, guys. This is a very, very, very simple recipe, and it cooks very, very quickly, okay, guys? So to start, of course, my pink Himalayan sea salt, just regular ground black pepper, garlic powder, and we're going to use some cornstarch. I'll show you what that's for a little bit later. Now, some of the flavoring things is going to be hoisin sauce, which, if you don't know what this is really just a Korean type barbecue sauce. And then, of course, we're going to use some beef broth, some soy sauce. If you want to get the low sodium, go ahead and be my guest. Do I look low sodium to you? And we're going to use some minced garlic, some EVO. And then for the vegetables, I'm going to use a multitude of vegetables. These are just nothing more than bell peppers. I got yellow, red, orange, and green bell peppers in here. And then, let me cover that up, guys. And then in this container, I've already pre-cut up, roughly cut up, some regular household onions, okay? And then the main ingredient of the day is my sirloin steak. And I've cut this up very, 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 very thin. And I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, guys? Give me a second. I'll be right back. But that is the supporting cast. On the pepper steak, the most important part about this ingredient, or this particular recipe, I should say, is that you need to prepare everything that you do before you do it. The reason being is because this is a very quick cooking recipe, and you need to have everything done prior to so that you can be prepared to add ingredients when you need to. All right, but first of all, I'm going to show you how I cut my steak for this. This is very important as well. On this recipe in particular, I always use like a top sirloin steak, something that can get tender very quickly. But you can use a top round, or you can use other cuts of beef. It's totally your choice. The most important part is this. I pretty much cut my beef in sizes about this size. Long strips, and then all I do, the most important part is cutting it thin and cutting it on a bias. Alright, so I cut the beef like this on a bias, and I cut very small pieces. Alright, so I'm just cutting on a bias against the grain, and it makes very nice little small pieces. The reason being is because this will help it cook quicker, and it will also make it brown a little bit better. Alright? And because this is a quick cooking dish, so also your pan needs to be very, very hot when you do this. If you've ever been to an Asian restaurant, they cook in these woks that are 600-800 degrees, and everything cooks quickly. You wonder why you get your Chinese food so quick. But anyway, I'm going to cut this up again, just like I told you, on a bias, and make it nice little thin pieces. And then I'm going to put it in the rest of my meat. I've already pre-cut these up because I did soak these. So I'm going to show you, or marinate them, I should say. So I'm going to show you what I did here. In the marinade, let me grab my tongs here. In the marinade consists of nothing more than soy sauce, a little fish sauce. I didn't show you that in the, but because I used it all. A little bit of fish sauce, and then it also has a little bit of hoisin sauce, okay? And a tad bit of salt and pepper. But I'm going to mix this all in here, and you're going to continue to let this set. This has to set for at least an hour, guys, okay? This has already been setting. And I also use some garlic in here. I don't want to forget the garlic. But you have to let this set so it marinates in the juices and then all the soy sauce and the hoisin sauce. But we got to let this set. So right now, I'll be right back, and I'll show me cooking the meat for you guys, okay? All right, one moment. I'll be right back. I've got the meat in the pan here. And I've got one layer of meat. We're gonna do this in batches because we don't want to overcrowd the pan. So it's simply just gonna be one layer because we don't want to make this meat boil. We want to make it brown. So we got one layer here. I'm gonna do this in batches. And as you can see, I've got it all in there already. So we're just gonna wait here for a couple minutes. It doesn't take long to cook. Then I'll do my next batch. Then I'll get on with the rest of the video, okay guys? All right, BFM, so we're cooking this down. As you can see, the meat's getting nice and brown. It's only been a few minutes. So we're about ready to take this out. But before I take it out, I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce here, guys, to the pan. I don't wanna put too much in it though, because then everything's gonna start to boil. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of hoisin sauce, okay? Just a tad. So this really has 2 cooking stages. So we're gonna cook the meat now. I'm gonna set this aside and add my second batch here. And then the second stage is when we mix the vegetables with the meat. It's gonna cook as well that way as well, okay? So I'm gonna take this out here in just a moment. I got my beef out of the big pan into the little small one just as a holding container. But I've already go ahead and cooked it all the way through. So it's, like I said, it's gonna take 2 cooking processes for the meat. Next thing we're gonna do is the vegetables. So like I said, I have 1 whole roughly cut up onion here, as you can see. We're just gonna put that in the pan. You can hear it sear off. And then we're gonna add all of the bell peppers, whether red, orange, green. You can choose what you want to. I just simply just choose these for color's sake. I like the red ones the best. They're probably the sweetest. The green ones are probably my least favorite, but I put those in there for color, okay guys? As I said, I got my vegetables in here. I got all of them mixed together. Now we're just gonna cook these down until they start to become a little bit softer. And we're gonna, as I always say, we're gonna season our vegetables. Now to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. We're gonna add some just regular black pepper. And if there's any of you guys out there that do not season your vegetables, just try it one time and see what happens. See if you like it. All right, and then we're gonna use our pink Himalayan sea salt. Not a lot, because obviously soy sauce has a lot of has a lot of sodium in it. So we're gonna cook these down just a little bit here until they start becoming soft. That's gonna take a few minutes. I'll be back and I'll show you what I add next, okay guys? So the vegetables, you can see, are starting to get a little bit of glaze to them. They're starting to caramelize a little bit. So at this point, we're simply just gonna add the meat back to the mixture. I can't talk today, I don't know what's going on. But we're gonna add the meat back here, okay guys? Including the juices that were with it. That's the best part. Set this over here. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. Look at that. Look at the color. Look at the color. Sorry about that. Had a little moment. Anyway, so as you can see, this looks very good. All the nice vegetables mixed up, the different colors. So now we're just gonna add a little bit of beef broth, okay? I'm guessing here this is probably gonna be about a cup and a half of beef broth, okay? And really doing this to eye it, okay? So, I gotta stop saying okay, don't I? Okay. Anyway, so a little bit of beef broth. Gonna add a little bit more soy sauce. With this recipe and all of my recipes, the most important part is tasting it. Because as you know, I don't really cook with measurements. I give you guys kind of a ballpark figure, but I don't really cook with measurements. I could give you the recipe all day long, but you gotta taste your food. I think even Gordon Ramsay says that. Taste your food. I'm not Gordon Ramsay though. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more of hoisin sauce. Gives it that little bit of a sweetness and barbecue flavor to it. We're gonna mix this up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more beef broth, guys, okay? Probably about another cup. All right, so now you see it's starting to swim in its juices, in the juices of the beef broth. So this is a very simple thing to do. I'm gonna turn the temperature up to about 340 on this. Now I'm just gonna let it cook down. I'm gonna leave the lid off of it for now because I want some of the juices to dissipate, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm gonna add a little slurry to it to thicken it up. Then I'll give you the finished product, but I'll be right back, okay guys? All right, guys, so I'm also gonna add about a heaping tablespoon more of garlic, okay? We're just gonna throw that dollop in there, mix it around. There we go. Yeah, get that garlic flavor in there. Now we're gonna wait till this comes to a boil. Then I'll show you adding my slurry as I told you what it was before. BFM, we'll get this started, okay? Fam, we are back. So now I'm gonna add my slurry. As you can see, this is boiling here. So now it's really just the juice. But we're gonna turn that juice into a gravy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, a slurry is nothing more than equal parts water, equal parts cornstarch. So I've got about, I don't know, maybe a half a cup of water here. I'm gonna add 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch and then a small tablespoon of cornstarch as well to this mixture. Make sure you do this in cold water, and we're gonna stir it up, and do not add it directly to your mixture that you want thickened. Otherwise it's gonna clump up on you. So you do this in cold water, you mix it up, and simply pour it in. All right, so as this is boiling, let me take this one out. As this boils and gets hot, you'll see it start to thicken up into a gravy. The magic of a slurry. A little bit more there, finish it off. So as this starts to boil, it'll start to get thick. You can start to see it now. Starting to get a little bit thicker. Let me take this out. This isn't the proper utensil. And so if this doesn't get thick enough the way you want it now, all you have to do is just add a little bit more slurry to it. Very simple. But we're gonna let that cook a little bit longer. Next time you see me, you will see me with a finished product, and I'm gonna display this over a bed of rice, okay guys? And you're gonna have the best pepper steak that you probably ever had. I'll be right back in just a moment to show you the finished product, okay guys? So we're back here. Another perfection on the plate. I don't know what to say. Simple, easy meal. Very flavorful for your family. I have trouble saying that, I don't know why. But in any case, hey guys, another perfection on the plate. Hey, I'm gonna take a bite of this. I rarely do that, but I am gonna take a bite here. Let me get a little bit of everything. I'm gonna do my Andrew Zimmerman. Anyway, that's my thing. Anyway, hey guys, be on the lookout for basement bars coming soon. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications, guys. I post a video every single Friday. Hey guys, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.